Okay, yeah. Visually another a little over one turn. I got a green light and torqued out in torque value 25.5. And the turn count is 1.42.
Okay. Copy one additional turn, green light, and 25.5 on the torque. We'll talk about those numbers for just a moment here.
Okay.
Okay, Koichi, we'll have you move on here. We're going to set the PGT to manual ratchet clockwise, and then you'll be driving M29 and 30 until you get 2 MTL pops. So we'll expect several extra turns here. Just keep an eye out and give us a turn count visually.
Copy that. Manual ratchet, and I'm going to do the manual on the lower side bolt.
Copy, starting with the lower bolt.
Okay, your phone's on my BRT paddle there.
What's the bump up?
Copy, Duke. That's good news. You can translate out to S4 with 25.
Okay, on the lower bolt, 2 pops, and the bolt turn is approximately 90 degrees, a quarter of a turn.
Okay, copy 1/4 additional turn and 2 pops on the MTL.
That's a good beat.
Okay, Koichi, we're going to talk about that bolt, but meanwhile you can go to the upper bolt and do the same thing in manual ratchet.
Copy that.
So a quick recap, there are 2 bolts on this left strut that Koichi Wakata is working at. We're looking at his helmet camera view. He's using the pistol grip tool to hand tighten each of the bolts. Now that he's done a rotation, just hand tightening them to torque. In the meantime, Nicole Mann is on the other work site. She's preparing and grabbing the materials she needs, including a work restraint, to start constructing the mounting platform. From Koichi Wakata's view, you can see sort of the final product of that mounting platform on the 1B channel. That's what they'll be building on 1A.
I'm using the manual ratchet. It's rotated about half a turn, and still it does not pop.
Okay, copy half a turn. You can keep going if you're able. We want to get 2 MTL pops.
Can I continue the 2 MTL pops?
Affirm. Go to continue. We'll look for 2 MTL pops on the upper one.
Okay, that was 1 pop. Okay, 2 pops complete on the upper bolt.
Okay, copy 2 pops complete on the upper bolt. Were there any additional turns after that half turn?
Another quarter turn.
Another quarter turn and 2 pops on the upper bolt. Okay, give us just a second to talk about that bolt.
Okay.
And while we give the MER and EVA a moment to talk about that, you can just hang out, take some photos for your awareness. Your net rate is looking really good right now, looking a lot better.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, definitely trending better from before.
Awesome.
Duke, as a reminder for you, before you cross the Sarge, check that your gauntlets are in place.
satellites are in place. Thank you.
Another intermittent gap in communications from the International Space Station. The teams here in Houston's Mission Control are overseeing the spacewalk for today. Two spacewalking astronauts, Koichi Wakata and Nicole Mann, working on upgrades to the power channel and some of the prep work needed for the arrival of IROSAs, or International Space Station Rollout Solar Arrays, later this summer. They'll be working on two mounting platforms, one on the 1B channel and another on the 1A. Koichi Wakata is already at the 1B channel, tightening some bolts as part of the final steps to make sure that mounting platform is secure. It's expected that that's going to take just the first hour or so of the spacewalk, and he's already getting on a great timeline for getting that work done.
Which is great news. So if you haven't already, you can set your PGT back to motor and stow it. Then close the MLI to cover the power bolts.
Okay, copy that work.
And that note from Zena Cardman here in Mission Control saying that the two bolts on the left collar are complete, so he's going to close up the multi-layer insulation, sort of a white fabric that protects it thermally from the vacuum of space and the harshness of the sun, and he'll work on some of the next struts. The next one should be the mid strut that he'll be working on. In the meantime, Nicole Mann is prepping her work site, which is the 1A channel. She's getting some materials she needs. She already stowed the bag that has the struts inside, and those struts will be what will be used to actually construct the mounting platform on the mast canister of the 1A channel. She got the foot restraint, retrieved it from one of the work sites, and you can sort of see it attached to her right now from this view on the outside of the space station. That foot restraint is going to help to access some of the areas that are needed for actually constructing that mounting platform. She'll be able to ingress or enter that foot restraint and give her the leverage that she needs to actually drive some of the bolts and actually construct the mounting platform. So she's got that in tow, and she's going to be going over to the 1A work site very soon to get it ready while Koichi Wakata continues to finish up the work on the 1B side.
Whenever I cover is put it back, put the Dow Jones back on the cover bolts.
Okay, copy that, Koichi. We don't have your HECA right now, but we do have your WVS. And so with that, you can translate to the right side cover bolts.
Okay, copy that.
I'm going to put this in with 25 with a clocking of 6.
Good work, Duke. Clocking of 6. I'm tracking golf is already set, and let me know when you're ready for the extension. course, we'll be looking for black on black with a good pull test as well.
Right now you're looking at the helmet camera of Duke, NASA astronaut Nicole Mann. She's at the 1A work site right now, and you see her installing the articulating portable foot restraint. This foot restraint has the ability to have some settings to angle the foot restraint so that it can reach predetermined marks that are needed for the upcoming work to actually install some of the struts. So she's installing that right now. She's going to check the settings on the articulating portable foot restraint, make sure it's really at the right angle so that she can access some of the first bolts and areas that she needs to access for some of the upcoming work.
And a heads up, you guys will be flying over Japan in a couple minutes. Wave hello for us.
Awesome. Thank you.
You know, I got a clocking of 6 with a good pull test.
Okay, copy. Good pull twist test and a clocking of 6. We'll also take a black on black check for that last color.
Yes, black on black.
Okay, copy. And the extension there will be 5 for the WIFX.
You got one side down, Kaliki, you already headed over the other side?
Yeah, I'm on the right side. I'm just adjusting the TCD now.
Nicely done.
Yeah, how's it going with you?
Good, I got the WIFX in. I'm going to adjust the EPFR, then get started on the triangle.
Great.
The two first-time spacewalkers sharing their progress for today.
On the right side, I'm opening the MRI.
Okay, copy. And before you do that, we'll actually take a HECA cycle from both of you. Just one button push on your HECA. And correction, just Koichi.
Copy.
Okay. Okay, HECA should be on now. Do you see that?
We copy that, Koichi. It'll probably take us about a minute before we see any change here. But for now, we hear that you are in place. You can open the MLI around the mid-strut collar to access those bolts, M25 and M26.
Okay.
And I'll have PGT settings when you're ready.
Okay, copy that. Okay, stand by.
Again, I started working on the pitch here. I've got the knob is unlocked, and I'm looking for Tango Tango. But it is pretty stiff, as Josh mentioned.
Copy. That is
Okay,
the
I'm
correct
ready.
setting.
PGT setting.
And copy that it's stiff. Koichi, for you, PGT settings will be Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
Okay, Zena, you're cut off. It's the Bravo 7, clockwise 2, is that correct?
Affirm, Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
Zena, can you see in my HECA?
We do see your HECA.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. Got the black line pointed towards unlock. Then Papa.
Now we have both helmet camera views from Koichi Wakata and Nicole
With
Mann.
the hand on the whip extender, and then we are pushing up on it. I don't know if you have any ideas. While you think about that, I'll move on to the whip extender.
Copy, Duke. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay, Zena,
And that
the
extension
lower
5.
vault, Zena, I got a lower vault, green light on TGT 25.4, it counts 4.14 turns. Correction, 4.79 turns.
Okay, Koichi, copy green light, 25.4 on the torque, and 4 turns visually.
That's correct, and then the PGT shows 4.79 turns.
Copy, Koichi. You can go to M26 now. This is the other bolt. Same deal. We're expecting about 4 to 6 turns.
Copy that. Speed work.
Okay, please, Zena, as we talked about, I'm going to move on to the triangle until Koichi gets here so we can work together on that pitch.
Okay, copy that, Duke. So if you want to, one other thing you can try is using the boot plate for some extra leverage. But again, we'll take your expertise here, and
Okay.
happy to wait until Koichi gets there. You can also do the rest of the APFR settings if you'd like.
So a quick recap of where we are. We're seeing both the helmet cameras of Koichi Wakata and Duke. On the left, Koichi Wakata working on the mid-strut. There's various components of the mounting platform. He's asking for the settings that are needed on his cordless power drill to drive some of the bolts. On the right side, Duke is preparing the work site for installing a mounting platform on the 1A channel, and she's working on the portable foot restraint. You can see sort of the area where her feet will soon go later in the timeline, making sure that that's in a good configuration. So they're both at 2 different work sites right now.
Visually, it's more than 4.
Okay, copy. That's perfect. About 5 turns. With that, you can set your PGT to manual ratchet clockwise, and you'll be torquing both of those bolts. Looking for any additional turns, report those to us, and 2 MTL pops on each.
See that?
We've got a
So it
quick
looks like
handover coming
I'm
here.
making progress here with the ingress aid and the boot plate.
Copy, Duke. Great work.
So same as he did with the left strut. On the mid strut, Koichi Wakata is first using the pistol grip tool to drive with the tool itself, followed by some manual ratcheting to finalize the torque on each of the bolts. So right now he's working on that mid strut. And then once again, we're in a handover period, so we're going to temporarily lose some of the video and audio from the space station. Regaining audio first, it seems like we're getting some sounds from the space station.
Back with you guys after a quick handover. Koichi, we were tracking you were in manual ratchet, but have not heard the report yet. And Duke, we're tracking you're working on the APF.
Okay, so Zena, on the lower side bolt, I got 2 pops on the manual ratchet, another quarter turn.
Copy, 2 pops, additional quarter turn on the lower bolt.
And the upper bolt is the same, 2 pops I got, and additional quarter turn.
Okay, copy, 2 pops and an additional quarter turn. That's a good bolt on both of those. So with that, you can set your PGT back to motor and stow it. You can also now translate on the 1 Bravo mod kit.
Copy. And I can translate to 1 Alpha model kit, right?
Yeah, after this you'll be closing the MLI on the collar bolts, and yes, you can translate on the 1 Bravo mod kit.
Oh, okay, I understand. Copy that.
Duke, if you feel like that APFR is behaving, you can feel free to continue work on it, but we can also have you pause and head to the upper triangle and wait for Koichi to get over there.
Okay, so I've got it in Tango. I'm just trying to get that knob locked. It's about halfway there.
Tough times.
So as we regain video back from the International Space Station.
It's back on. Do you have the heck of you?
Hey, firm, we've got a heck of you, and copy the MLI.
Okay. The next is the heck scan from the bracket.
Copy. The MLI over the collar bolts is just out of our view in your HECA right now. So if you can reposition just a smidge, we'll take a look, but we'll also just trust your eyes on whether that's covering the collar bolts.
Do you see the view? Let me know which direction I need to move.
Yeah, you look great there, Koichi. We can have you head to the mounting bracket, check that it's clear of MLI, and you'll probably have an even better view from over there.
Copy that.
You know, I've got a yaw of 12 full of Foxtrot. That pitch knob is about halfway there, and it's stuck. So when I get to tool, I'll use the tool. But I'm going to start working on the triangle right now.
Copy that plan, Duke. We like it. So we've got Tango, Fox 12. Those are good settings, but the pitch knob is still not back out. And I like the plan to start working on the triangle. We'll come back with the tool. Duke, when you have a moment, we'll take a glove, hap, and gauntlet check as well. Copy, Koichi.
Okay, so I'm on the mountain bracket. You have a good view?
Checking, Koichi. Koichi, we're taking a look there. It's a little bit dark in your camera view. We'll trust your visual report as well.
Okay, so as for the MRI, the left side is covered up pretty well, and the right side, I can still a little bit. It's covering the color bolts area, and there's still it's gapped, and I can cinch it down a little firmly down.
Okay, Koichi, we copy all. You're ahead of the timeline right now, so we'll use this time to have you go over and adjust that MLI, just take care of whatever gap you see.
Okay, copy that.
And
Koichi Wakata is still working on the 1B site. He's going to take some time. That white fabric that's on the outside of these struts, just make sure that's nice and tight.
My gloves, good, good.
Duke Nicole Mann on the 1A site working on the portable foot restraint. She's also going to start building the different components of the mounting platform, starting with the upper triangle, the topmost part of the mounting bracket.
Do you want me to do another HECA scan?
Copy, Koichi, checking.
Okay, I'm already there, and mounting bracket, and I don't know if you can see the HECA view, but now the MLI is covering.
Copy, Koichi. That's a good view. We're taking a look. Okay, Koichi, we're taking a look, and we see a flap of MLI open on the telescoping end of the strut. If you see that as well, we'll have you go over and see if you can get that to close with the Velcro.
Is that on the right side?
Affirm, Koichi.
Copy that. In work.
Engineers on the ground assessing the configuration of the mounting platform where Koichi Wakata is currently working. We're getting a view from his helmet camera. They're looking at the multi-layer insulation, that white fabric. They just really want to make sure it's covered very nicely, and once it's in a good configuration, we'll get confirmation from the ground teams that they're happy with it, and Koichi Wakata will be able to move on to the next task.
Okay, Zena, I don't know if you can see my HECA view, but I used this integrated wire tie to secure this little bit open MLI. Does it look good to you?
That looks beautiful, Koichi. We really like that. With that, we can have you depart this work site, and you'll be translating over to 1 Alpha.
Copy that. Translating to 1 Alpha.
That's perfect. You'll head to the IEA via that right lower strut. Minimize translation on the mid strut if you can, and then you'll be going inboard on the S6 IEA at the inboard edge, cross to the non-radiator side.
Copy.
For Koichi Wakata, there are 3 main tasks that he needs to accomplish over at the mounting platform. He was working his way basically clockwise around the mounting platform. He started on the left side to work on 2 bolts, then completed the mid-strut bolts. Now he's going to complete his work by tightening the 2 bolts that are on the right side. Of course, checking that multi-layer insulation, that white fabric along the way, making sure that looks good. But once he's done, he'll really proceed into some cleanup steps and then go over to translate to the 1A work site where Nicole Mann is currently starting to construct some of the components of the mounting bracket over there, and then they'll work on that side together.
Okay, copy that, Duke. You can keep that tethered to the bag, lock out the thread if you need to. You'll be aligning the right upper strut L7 to the mounting bracket right side. Check that the alignment tab is in the groove and the black lines are aligned on the end of the mounting bracket. I'll have PGT settings when you're ready.
Copy.
So over on the 1A channel, Duke is building the mounting bracket. You can see from this graphic right here what that's going to look like. So that upper part with the sort of pinkish purple part is the upper triangle. She's right now building that first. So she's getting a head start on there, and it's going to attach to what's called the mast canister. That's that greenish, bluish soda can looking structure. That's where the legacy solar arrays were originally deployed from, and this is really sort of an adapter to allow the IROSA solar arrays to attach to the mounting bracket. That's that sort of bluish indigo part labeled there on the left, the IROSA mounting bracket. So she's just right now building that upper structure.
Hey, Koichi, if you can pause right there, you'll be following your safety tether back inboard to the 1 Alpha work site. We see you not quite translating in the right path.
Okay, it looks like it's safety tether is on to my left. That's what I was following it. But you see that?
Yeah, I do see that. So on the inboard edge of the IEA, we would have you cross back over to the non-radiator side. You can also follow the handrails that are in front of you to the other side of the IEA.
Copy that. I'm going to translate here on at the end of the IEA to the non-radiator side.
That's perfect, Koichi. Once you're on the non-radiator side, you can head inboard along the zenith edge. You'll follow S6 handrail 2008, and you'll be picking up your green hook from S6 handrail 2007.
Copy that. Pick up green hook at 2007.
And Duke, just checking, I didn't hear the PGT settings.
The PGT is the Bravo 3 clockwise 2, and just working on M14 here.
Perfect. Okay, we're expecting approximately 4 turns on M13 and M14. This is not to torque yet.
Copy, 4 turns.
Okay, Duke, now I see you.
Okay, I see you out there, Koichi.
All right.
Okay, Dean, I got 1 hand turn on 13 and 14, moving on to the PGT for 3 more.
Okay, copy. 1 hand turn on M13 and M14.
Three more turns on M14.
Copy. 3 additional turns on M14. That's 4 total.
Okay, Dean, I picked up the green hook, and I'm translating.
Copy, Koichi. You'll be at the S5, S6 interface following the A-frame nadir. Follow handrail 2144, and then on the nadir forward edge, translate to the inboard edge of the 1 Alpha IEA.
Copy.
Okay, Dean, I'm moving on to upper left to center pad.
Copy, Duke. And Duke, those are straps 1 and 2 for the left upper, and I'll have PGT settings, new settings when you're ready.
Hello, Duke.
Hey, Tracy. I've got upper right on the center triangle. I'm going to work on the center pad now.
Okay, copy.
But if you want, that pitch knob was giving me a hard time.
Pitch knob, okay.
You want to give it a try,
Okay.
or try the tool? All the settings are cool.
Okay, I'll try that.
Thank you.
That sounds like...
Tango to Papa, right?
No, the pitch is already set, Koichi. It just needs to be locked.
Locked. Okay, copy.
Yeah, good coordination for both of you. Koichi, if you do want to grab the Crowfoot tool, that's D-Ring Hotel in the strut bag, you'll need the ratchet wrench as well. Also, Duke, if it would help you to have an extra pair of hands, you can work together on the upper triangle, and then we'll go back to the APFR.
Koichi work through the APFR since he's right there?
Copy. That sounds good to us. And yeah, Duke, we concur that all of the settings are correct. We just want that pitch knob in the lock position.
And if you need that tool, Koichi, I can hand it to you.
Okay, let me try first without it, and then if it doesn't work, I'll get it.
I got it about halfway there.
Okay.
So to catch up on the procedures for today, Koichi Wakata did tighten some of the bolts on the struts on the 1B side. He's going to go over and help Nicole Mann just for a little bit. They're going to split up the tasks on the 1A side. Nicole Mann, call sign Duke, is going to continue to work on that upper triangle, which is the top section of the full mounting platform that's going to be installed on the 1A mast canister as part of today's spacewalk. In the meantime, Koichi Wakata over on the 1A work site. They're over there together now. Koichi will work on the continue to work on that foot restraint, which Nicole Mann will enter later as part of accessing those different parts of the mounting platform. So the two of them are over on the 1A work site now.
That's 14.
Copy. Additional 3. That's 4 turns total. Thank you.
Okay, I need a tool. It doesn't go all the way. I'll get a tool, Duke.
Yeah, you're going to go with the tool, Koichi?
Yep, I'll get it.
Okay. You see it? It should be right above your head there.
Okay.
Houston copies.
And I got 2 hand turns on M17 ready for PGT settings.
Copy. 2 hand turns on M17. PGT settings are Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2. And confirm I'm going to torque.
Affirm. You'll be going to torque. We're expecting a little over 6 turns to 9 turns. So that'll be about 4 or 5 to 7 turns additional to the 2 that you got by hand. And checking as well for black line flush.
Okay, this knob is locked on Tango, and it's topped out and can be depressed.
All right, Koichi is the man.
It was really easy with the tool.
That's awesome. Way to go, Koichi.
All right.
All right, Koichi will have you stow that
Okay.
foot tool back in the strut bag, and then you can assist Duke with that upper tackle.
Copy that. Tool is already stowed in the strut bag. I'm going to assist Duke.
You are the man.
Trying. But Duke is the man.
We love it.
With one more and...
Koichi Wakata able to work with that pesky APFR, the portable foot restraint. Now the settings on that portable foot restraint are complete, so he'll join Nicole Mann, call sign Duke, to continue assembling that upper triangle of the mounting platform that they're going to install on the 1A channel.
I got 6 more turns. Green light, 12.0 on the torque, black line flush.
Okay, copy. 6 additional turns, black line flush, and good torque. With that, you can release the ret from the right upper strut.
Copy. Okay, right out of upper strut, Brett is back to the bag. I'm working on pit pin and MLI in the center pad.
Copy, Duke.
Actually, if you just for your awareness, the triangle is just above your head.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna reconfigure my weight setter and I'll be with you.
Houston copies. And Duke, once you've got the MLI installed covering the LT clevis and the pit pin installed on the grounding block, I'll have some more PGT settings for you.
Okay, Duke.
You know, for your awareness, these washers did come back from all the defense. Put it back, the spring is good.
Duke, we copy.
Duke, would it be helpful if I hold the triangle when you do that?
Yeah, if you stabilize it there, as I get this pit pin in, we can kind of talk about our game plan.
Sounds good. I'm right next to you, to your right, and I'm ready to help.
Okay, pit pin is installed. Quickly, how about I rotate the center pad to you?
Okay.
You can work on the MLI, and I'll start working on the left upper strut.
Okay, copy that. All right, I'm going to rotate back towards you. Then.
Perfect.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. Then I'm going to work on the...
The MLI is on the center pad there.
Right, okay.
And heads up, guys, we've got about a minute until a 2-minute LOS. So, Duke, when you're ready, I can give you PGT settings and a couple steps to work on.
Okay, go ahead with the PGT settings.
Bravo 3, clockwise 2.
Bravo 3, clockwise 2. I'm going to do 4 turns on one, torque on the next, and then torque on back on the original.
Yeah, you got it. And just check for black line flush on both of those once you torque them.
Okay, copy.
The sun rising on the International Space Station as Duke gets those pistol grip tool or the cordless power drill settings.
Start is actually really good, Koichi.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You put on here is super helpful.
Oh, that's great.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Them working together is making the build of that upper triangle of the mounting platform a little bit easier. They were able to build the handover. We are expecting to lose communication, just video and audio very briefly soon. And right as expected, we're losing video and audio, but we'll be regaining it shortly. We get good communication from the tracking and data relay satellites through an operation such as this. Though this is a larger gap in communication, so you'll notice a lot of folks in the room taking a bio break. The gaps are relatively short through a dynamic operation, but this is one of the longer ones, so it gives the team an opportunity to take a break. We'll get back to the action pretty soon. While we're waiting to regain communication from the International Space Station, let's go over the plan and the work for today. So first of all, what they're doing is they're currently on the 1A channel, the channel that's marked in the yellow there. They are constructing a modification kit for future IROSA solar arrays, International Space Station rollout solar arrays. There are 4 that are installed in the International Space Station so far. That is all of the channels marked in blue, and then the green, the mounting hardware, that mounting platform was complete, but we saw Koichi Wakata tighten some of the bolts on the struts to make sure that that's ready to receive an IROSA later this summer. But the 2 of them now are over on the 1A channel, and they are working on the modification kit. Now, this is really a modification to the original mast canister. That's that light blue, kind of greenish tin can-looking structure. That had the legacy solar arrays, and they are building those struts that are going to house soon the International Space Station rollout solar array on that mounting bracket that you see there in the graphic. So they're building that top portion right now, the upper triangle. That requires a cordless power drill to secure some of the bolts in place. All of these different components, as you see them now, were transported through a bag, and that bag has been transported over to their work site. You can see some of the upper struts, some of those components, they had to take them out. All of them are marked so they know which pieces are which, and right now they are putting them together to build the upper triangle. This is not the first time we've done it, so we do have graphics from previous spacewalks. You can see there on the right, that is a fully constructed modification kit. That's what it looks like. And then here's from a previous spacewalk, 2 spacewalkers actually installing the rollout solar arrays. Once it's installed, it unfolds just like you see there, and it's called a rollout solar array for a reason. It rolls out and covers the bottom portion of the legacy solar arrays, but it generates an incredible amount of power. And so far, 4 have been installed and are performing very well. So what they're doing now is they're creating the modification kit for those another pair of solar arrays that are going to be delivered to the International Space Station later in the summer. We're now regaining video and audio from the International Space Station, so let's go back to the action, where Koichi and Duke are both continuing to work on constructing that modification kit.
Yeah, I got 19 additional turns on M16, green light, 18.3 on the torque, and both bolts are black line flush.
Okay, 19 additional turns, green light, 18.3, and both are black line flush.
So, Koichi, if I hand you this PGT, there's 2 bolts right in front of you.
Okay, copy that.
13 and 14, those are next.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. And it's already
Stand
set.
by one,
Bravo
Duke.
3 clockwise 2.
We're checking on one of those bolts before you pass off that PGT.
Okay, stand by.
Did you do any hand turns to start?
Yeah, sorry, for M15 I had two turns hand start.
2 turns hand start, followed by 19 turns with the PGT.
Different. Or maybe I think 18.
Copy, Duke. We're checking.
Okay.
Look at me.
I think that strap is
Thank
sitting
you.
over the button. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I'll get one too.
Yep. I took a few. Oh.
Thanks for your patience, guys. We're chatting about M15.
Okay. Good one.
Awesome.
Okay, Duke, could we have you just check the alignment tab is fully seated in place?
Copy. Just a little my way.
Okay. Yep, sure.
Okay, alignment pad looks good. The tab is engaged. I don't know if you can see in my HECA. You can see I got 2 black line flushes.
Okay, Duke, we've got a great view of that. We concur with everything. If you could do us a favor and just hit M15 one more time with the PGT.
Copy.
Hey, just kidding, Duke. We're actually happy with that bolt. Great news. So you can release the ret from the left upper strut.
Okay, I will pass this, switch up past this PGT to you and I'll work on that ret.
Copy that. So those M13 and 14, right? You got it?
Yeah, the next bolts will be M13 and M14. And PGT settings should be the same.
Okay.
Bravo 3 clockwise 2.
Bravo 3 set, clockwise 2 set.
Perfect.
Box upper is released.
Copy, Duke. And Koichi, for you, you'll be driving those approximately an additional 20 turns, looking for torque, good green light, and black line flush on both of those.
Copy.
Let me know if you need me to move the triangle, Koichi.
It's good.
And I can lock out that PGT might be pulling on you too.
Yeah, okay. It's fine, but could you tilt towards me? Yeah, that's good. Does it say M13, 14 on the side? Does it say?
It says on the side.
Okay, I see that. Okay. All right. Alpha 2.
Bravo 3.
Excuse me, Bravo 3 and Bravo 3 set, the clockwise 2 set. Position on 20 turns. It's on. That's 10. Okay, 19 and a half turns, and I got a green light, 18.5 foot-pounds, 19.03 turns.
Okay, 19 and a half turns visually, green light, 18.5 on the torque.
That's good speed, and that was on the M13. I'm going to do M14.
Copy
and
M13.
Black line flush.
And copy black line flush, going to M14.
Okay. Copy in work.
From this view of Duke's helmet camera, we can very clearly see the full build of the upper triangle. They've put 2 of the 3 sections of the triangle together. Now, the 2 of them working together to install the final part of that, with Nicole Mann, Duke, able to hold the one side of the strut. Koichi Wakata has great access to that final part of the upper strut. That's the right side of the upper triangle.
That's 10. Okay, 18 and a half turns visually confirmed. I got a green light. 18.3 foot-pounds, 18.86 turns.
Okay,
And the
copy,
black line
Koichi.
flash on M14.
Got it. 18.5 turns, green light, 18.3 torque, and black line on both M13 and M14.
That's a good read.
Okay, with that, we are happy with those bolts. You can tend the PGT back to the strut bag. And I think at this point, Duke, we'll have you go ahead and ingress the APFR. Koichi, we'll have you go ahead and grab the cables at this point.
Copy.
In work.
Big picture for you both. Right now, our limiting consumable is going to be EV1 MEDOX, right now looking at about 640, 645 PET. We're just about 20 minutes down on the timeline right now. You guys are doing good work.
Okay.
All right, Koichi, I'm all cleaned up. I'm headed over to the APFR.
Okay. The non-tangle, the PGT.
All right, so with the upper triangle built, Duke has the upper triangle tethered to herself. She'll be able to get into the foot restraint that's already been set up to allow her to access the top part of the mass canister and get ready to install that upper triangle. In the meantime, Koichi Wakata working on the pistol grip tool, making sure that's going to be stowed away. And if you remember, on the way out to the work site, Koichi Wakata had a cable bag in tow and put it off to the side to temporarily stow it. He's going to go ahead and access that that cable bag and grab some of the necessary materials needed for continuing to build this mounting platform. Next on the timeline is, now that the upper triangle is built, is to build that right strut. And a correction that the triangle is actually tethered not to Duke.
Okay.
Duke, for you, as a reminder, no sudden movements on the mass canister or mod kit. Limit your lateral loads into the BGA, avoid cyclic loading, and don't impart forces into the mod kit before they're fully installed.
Copy.
And Duke, we also suggest fair leading on S4 handrail 2213. That's the inboard radiator corner of the IEA.
Copy.
Okay, so Zena, I'm going to grab the Sun Alpha cable.
Copy, Koichi. That's perfect. Yep, you'll be going to the cable bag, grabbing the 1 Alpha IROSA cables with the adjustable equipment tether and
Copy.
stowing on your BRT.
Copy that.
Okay, Bailey's in place on 2235.
Copy, Duke.
You know, I'm going to local to the ingressing.
Copy, Duke.
to the 1 Alpha cable bundle, and I'm going to take it out from the cable bag.
That's perfect, Koichi. You can stow that on your BRT, close the cable bag, and translate to the upper triangle.
See that?
So this is a great shot of some of the work that's being done concurrently. You can see EV2 Duke with the suit with no stripes is ingressing or entering the portable foot restraint that was set up for her to access some of the parts that are needed to install that upper triangle, which Koichi Wakata has in tow. He went over to that cable bag that he stowed early on as he made his way out to the work site, grabbing some of the cables. So he'll have the upper triangle and the cables in tow. And once Nicole Mann or Duke is inside the portable foot restraint and in a good configuration, they'll do a handoff. So he'll be handing off some of the components that she needs to construct the mounting platform one at a time. And they'll work together to install this mounting platform.
Koichi, can you see my toes here?
What's that?
Can you give me a look at my toes?
I can see, okay. Yeah, looks like the both sides are in, but the heel, I cannot see the heel. Let me go there.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think my heels are in. I just want to make sure my toes are in the right.
Yeah, both are, left side is in, and the right side is, you're in the loop.
Okay.
You need to put the heel down a little more. Yeah, a little more down on the heel on the right side.
I feel like my right's not in the toe loop, is it?
Not in. Push it in, right, further, towards your, further in, keep going. Yeah, you're touching the loop. You can put your heel down, both left and right. Yeah.
Copy. Let me just get reset back up here.
Yeah.
Koichi Wakata has a great view. He's aiding Nicole Mann and guiding her. He's got a better view of where her feet will go inside the portable foot restraint. Behind them, you can see the Earth. The high-definition views from the Heka camera are providing these beautiful views of the southern Atlantic Ocean. They just passed over the eastern border of South America and are heading on a northeastern track towards Africa, but they're over the South Atlantic Ocean right now.
Heel further down a little more.
And a correction that upper triangle is specifically attached to the strut bag, to the bag where those the upper triangle components actually came from. But it will be Koichi Wakata that will grab it and hand it off to Nicole Mann once she's in position.
my right one, I feel like my right one's in.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay. Left one, I think I need to heel a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, left side a little more, heel down. Position is good.
You can get a great view. The cameras here from the outside of the International Space Station are zoomed in on the portable foot restraint.
Left heel to the outboard. Go down. Yeah, looks like it's almost in.
On the right, Koichi Wakata guiding Duke through the process of getting ingressed or fully integrated into that portable foot restraint.
Stay there. Right side heel, you come out to the left. Heel to your left. Right to your left, or heel only to your left.
Wait, which foot?
Right foot. Heel, yeah. And then heel down. Okay, and then stop, go to the left. Right heel to your left side. That's good, and stay there. And then you're in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sure. Perfect. Looking good.
Great work, guys. That was awesome
All right,
coordination.
just touch in.
Copy ingress aid, Duke.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to attach the cable bundle to the triangle.
That's correct, Koichi. You'll be attaching the free hook of that adjustable that's on the mounting bracket already to the D-ring on the adjustable going to the cable bundle.
Okay, look for it. Okay, see the cable bundle is attached to the adjustable that is going around on the mountain bracket.
Copy, Koichi. All right, if that looks like it's tidy enough to not get in Duke's way, we're happy with that config, and you can pass up the upper triangle. If needed, you can also use those wire ties that are already installed on the cables to kind of tend it to the mounting bracket.
Okay, what do you think, Duke?
Sorry, I can't really see it.
Okay.
Whatever you think, Koichi.
Okay.
It's just got to come up and then go in.
Okay, copy. Let me reconfigure my BRT and then I'll be with you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming from your right. Can you see the triangle?
I see it.
Let me know when you can grab any part.
Okay, I think maybe if you bring it back towards me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, I have control.
Okay, you have the controls. You have to rotate it.
Good words, Koichi. We see you looking good. Just a reminder, you don't need to ret swap for this one. We've got 2 rets in series.
Copy.
So right now, Koichi Wakata, you see in the suit with red stripes, he just handed off the upper triangle to...
I have it upside down, Koichi.
Duke, if it's easier, you can lean back to do that rolling motion, or you can also have Koichi take control back.
Let me get, could you stay there? Looks like this cable is...
Okay, I'll stay still. I think I can rotate it.
Okay.
But, just let me know when it's clear.
Okay, stand by. Stay there.
Yeah, so Duke has control of that upper triangle. Koichi just guiding her as she needs to rotate it into position that's appropriate for installing it on the mast canister.
Now it should be clear. And then... And do you want me to get it back and rotate it and bring it back to you, or
No, I'll
can you rotate it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Zena, this time, can we do other tasks like GoPro setup, or
So, Koichi,
can I do...
for you, for both of you actually right now, just keep an eye on those cables and make sure that they don't get in the way or get snagged as Duke is trying to install the upper triangle.
Okay, copy that. I'll keep an eye on it, and then hand it here.
Next steps for you after that, Koichi, would be to move the silver PGT from the strut bag to the WIFX.
Copy.
And then you'd be doing a socket swap on your red PGT.
Okay. I transfer the silver PGT already, the WIF extender.
Okay, copy. The silver PGT is moved, and making sure that you have the...
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, copy. Not yet.
Not yet, Zena. Okay, I'm going to move it now.
Perfect. Gotcha. Nice work, Duke. If you need to lean back at all to get enough clearance for that maneuver, I know you're working in a tight workspace there.
All right. Whew, got it.
Awesome, Duke.
Great job. And Koichi, for that PGT, just a reminder to move the bag ret with the PGT. You'll be using that ret for the WIFX handrail.
Yeah, thanks. And I moved the bag ret and the PGT, and now it's attached to the WIF extender.
Nice work. Okay, now the silver PGT is attached. For you, Koichi, you'll be doing a socket swap on your red PGT. Swap to the 6-inch wobble that's in your trash bag now. We'll take a good pull test.
See that? Good work.
And Duke, looks like you're in a good config. You'll make sure that that arrow is pointing up, and then install the center pad on the mass canister with the left side first, then press in on the right side to engage the soft dock.
Okay, arrow's up, left side in. It's on the right, but I don't think it went all the way in. But... Oh, there we go. Okay, soft dock is good.
Copy. Great work. I'll have PGT settings for you next. Let me know when you're ready.
So with a little bit of finagling and getting the upper triangle into the right rotation, Duke has successfully soft docked it to the upper part of the mast canister. That's the point where the upper triangle is to be installed. So the next steps will be to use that hand drill, the cordless power drill, to secure it in place with a few bolts.
PGT settings are alpha 2, clockwise 2.
Alpha 2, clockwise 2 set.
You'll be driving M5, 6, 7, and 8, approximately 2 turns each, any order.
Copy, 2 turns each.
Okay, Gina, tether stop is complete. 7/16, 6-inch wobble is on my red PGT. Good pull test.
Copy. Installed with a good pull test on your PGT.
And I have 2 turns on M5 through 8.
Okay, copy. 2 turns on M5, 6, 7, and 8. You'll now be going to torque on each of these in any order, an additional 3 to 8 turns or so.
Copy.
Koichi, we're a little down on the timeline still today. Now is when we had planned to install the MUT with GoPro. We'll leave it up to you, but it might be the kind of thing that you would want to defer or do without. Up to you.
Okay, I concur. What do you think, Duke?
M5, 5 turns, green light, 3.6 on the torque.
Copy. Additional 5 turns on M5, 3.6 on the torque.
Yeah, I've got 3 bolts left here, Koichi, and then I'll be ready for the left mid strut. So I'll leave that up to you, based on where you're at.
Okay, if I have a few minutes, Dina, then I will install it. Not the end effector.
That sounds great,
Is there
Koichi.
anything that I can do? Okay, let's do that.
4 turns, green light, 3.8 on the torque, M8.
Copy. 4 turns, 3.8, green light on M8.
Four and a half turns, green light, 3.9 on the torque, M6.
Copy. 4.5, 3.9, green light on M6. And Koichi, for you, we do think you have time. Totally up to you, no pressure. You'd be, per the plan, installing that MUT end effector on handrail 2214. That's the inboard edge middle handrail.
Okay, copy that. In work.
Four turns, green light, 3.7 torque, M7.
Copy. 4 additional turns, 3.7, green light on M7. Okay, Duke, those are good bolts, all 4 of them. You can release the mounting bracket RET. And next, you'll check that the center pad MLI and pit pins are still installed.
Okay, MLI and pit pins, we're good.
Copy, that's great. You can rotate the upper triangle down for later access after you have the RET released. And then from both of you, we'll take a good glove, hap, and gauntlet check.
Okay, gloves are good, and the hap is baseline.
Okay, hap is baseline, gloves are good, gauntlets are covered.
Gauntlets are covered for EB12.
Copy you both.
With that, the upper triangle has been installed onto the 1A mast canister.
Picture for me, I think I'm popping out and adjusting the APFR.
Big picture,
I think I'm going to need to pop
yes.
out to get to RET on the mounting bracket.
Okay, copy. Yeah, that's what we're waiting on, is just that mounting bracket RET.
I think I'll get that RET after I get maybe the APFR rolled over or once I pop out.
You got it.
So it's on the far right edge.
Yeah, we're happy with that plan, Duke. With that, you can egress the APFR. You'll be also socket swapping to the 2-inch rigid that's in your trash bag with a good pull test, and then adjusting the WIP-X.
Copy.
So the upper triangle is installed. You'll hear the periodic glove and hap checks. The glove, just to make sure there are no nicks or scrapes and make sure they're in good quality to continue working on the spacewalk. And then the hap is the helmet absorption pad, just a quick field test to see if there's any liquid or water. Everything looks good, so we'll hear those checks periodically. That RET is a retractable tether. That's the one that was anchoring the upper triangle to the strut bag. So Duke has to release that, and then they can move on to the next task. She's going to be exiting the foot restraint here shortly.
Christina GoPro is installed and I'm back in the work site.
Okay, copy, and just confirm the jaws are out on that end effector.
Yes, it's locked, and then I see, jaws are out and it's locked.
Copy, that sounds like a good config, Koichi. All right, so Duke is egressing the APFR, and then we'll have you work together on the APFR and WIF-X reconfig.
Copy that.
So his APFR was so happy that I got ingress, it does not want to let me go.
Okay.
We copy that, Duke. And Koichi, once you get over there, you can help her if that is useful.
Okay.
Looks like you need to just rotate your heels a little further in. I know that's tricky with just an ingress aid.
Copy that. Okay, I'm coming up to the APFR now, Duke.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. I see the tether coming from the...
Yeah, there's still that right there on the mounting, on the
that.
Okay.
I just local here.
So I'm going to go my right heel in if you'll maybe give it a kick.
Okay. Okay, right heel.
So right now, Koichi Wakata is helping Nicole Mann, callsign Duke, to egress or get out of the foot restraint. That foot restraint was configured such that it gave her just the right angle to install that upper triangle. It was the right angle for her to use that cordless power drill, the PGT, pistol grip tool, and then drive those bolts. She needs to get out. They're going to reconfigure it, angle it a different way. So now, and then she'll get back in it. So she'll be able to access the next set of bolts for when they install that next component of the mounting platform, which is the right strut. So they'll work through that methodically, getting her out, re-angling it back in, and then they'll get the new component of the mounting bracket from the strut bag handed off, and then bolt that to the mass canister.
Okay, now you can pull out. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. All right.
I'm going to get this red off. Can we see that to the mounting bracket?
Okay.
Houston, copy.
Thank you.
So we're in another handover period. Again, we're receiving video and audio from the geosynchronous TDRS satellites, tracking and data relay satellites. Another intermittent gap. We'll be regaining video and audio here shortly. As a quick recap, the two have completed the installation of the upper triangle on the 1A power channel. There are several components that make up the mounting bracket, so that's done. And they're currently trying to reposition the foot restraint to get a new angle and allow Nicole Mann, callsign Duke, to access the next part of the installation, which is the bolts that will attach the right strut to the upper triangle.
Extend the setting.
Houston's back with you after a quick handover. And Koichi, that sounds like a good plan. We've got you adjusting the APFR, but if you want to coordinate who does APFR, who does WIFX, that's fine by me.
Okay. I'm doing the WIF extender, and Duke will do the APFR.
So I'm going to work on the socket swap right now. That's
okay.
Copy, working on the socket swap for you, Duke. And big picture update for you both. Right now we're looking at about 30 minutes down on the timeline. Our limiting consumable is still EV1 MEDOX, but moved up to about 6 hours, 50 minutes. And we'd love your input on just how you're doing and how you feel about that big picture update.
How are you feeling, Duke?
Feeling good?
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. We can continue.
Great work. You guys are doing awesome so far. Keep it up.
Awesome.
A good read from the crew. You heard they're a little bit behind on the timeline, but still making good progress to get this mounting bracket installed. Both of them are taking two different parts of the foot restraint right now to configure it for that next setting.
Copy, WIFX adjusted to extension of 1. That's perfect. And I'll have APFR settings. When you're ready, it's going to be a roll to the right.
Roll to the right. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah, we'll be adjusting both the roll and the pitch, going to Papa Papa Charlie.
Okay. First, is it okay, Duke, to change the roll?
Yeah, let me know if I'm pulling on you. I can.
No, you're not pulling, so. Oh, that's a yo. and I'm gonna change the pitch, but I have to use the tool.
Houston copies. You can certainly grab Lucas's ProFoot tool if you need it.
All right, I need it.
So the 6 inches off with a good pull test.
Copy. Good pull test.
Let's see, cannot access this.
Okay, 2 inches on with a good pull test.
Copy. Do good pull test on the 2-inch. And Koichi, you will need to push that pitch knob in before you'll be able to ratchet.
Copy that.
As soon as I get this put away, quick check and help you.
If you could do the 2 actions, if you could push in the pitch knob.
Okay, let me just get my PGT and sockets put away.
Great teamwork, guys, and just a reminder to watch out for each other's hands. There are a lot of pinch points in there.
Okay, I was able to unlock it.
Nice work, Koichi.
Right, so. Now I'm going to change the pitch, Duke, now.
And it was I had to hold on to the handle of the width extender and then pitch with the boot plate.
It's not completely unlocked, so I have to keep unlocking. Okay, now it's completely unlocked.
Okay. I can push down here. You may have to hold on to the handrail.
Okay, you can push down if you can. Yeah, please. Yeah. Not moving. It's in the unlocked position.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty tight before. Let me see if I can come down lower.
Okay.
You can also try using the boot plate
Maybe
to
if you
get some
hold
more
on to this
leverage.
handle, I'll let go. Hey, Gazina?
You can try using the boot plate to get a little bit more of a lever arm there.
Yeah.
Just doesn't move.
Maybe I'll roll the boot plate back up so that we can use it.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Could you roll it back?
Yeah.
Good. Foxtrot position. Good.
One more.
Okay, that's Foxtrot. I have yelled a little bit.
When I got it back, and then we can pull on the boot plate.
Okay, go ahead.
The yell's right on your thing.
Thank you.
There you go. Oh,
Very
that's
good.
it. There we go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the ingress egg down.
Okay.
Maybe we can pull on that.
And the pitch knob is in a complete unlocked position, and it's popped out. This is the correct configuration to move the pitch, right?
It shouldn't be popped out. Let me look. It should just be all the way pointed to unlock.
It is all the way pointed at the unlock.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like it's popped out.
Yeah, that's what we expect. We know this is a really sticky pitch APFR.
Yeah, it doesn't move. The complete unlocked position. I don't know if you can see it on the photo.
Yeah, we see that. Stand by. We'll
It
talk
doesn't
about
move.
some possible suggestions for you guys.
So,
Okay.
before when I did it, I used the boot plate to have a little bit more of an arm. Maybe I hold on to the toe loop. So if I rotate the boot plate all the way around, would that help? And it was like a smooth squeeze
Yeah, maybe,
to get it to move.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Not
let's
like it
try
ever
that.
unstuck. It was sticky the whole time.
Yeah, let's try that. So, in order to do that, do you need to roll 90 degrees?
Would that help? Or because I don't know, can you grab onto here? Where the heels go? Like if you can grab onto that heel, then we'll go down to some smooth motion down. I don't have much leverage here, but
Let's try that. Shall we just move? This reaction to that motion.
maybe if you push away, like push on the front of it. It's got to be
You guys
not like a
can
baby, but like a smooth.
roll and yaw that boot plate
Right.
as you need in order to get the boot plate in a better position for leverage. And just a reminder to avoid using the glove for a pounding motion like that.
Concur.
It's not like it ever.
I'm pushing, just pushing, the boundary.
Okay, it's moving. It's on us. It's working.
It moved a little bit, but now it's stuck in that position.
It just needs to go a couple more.
It doesn't.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so what else can we do here?
I wonder if we can use the moment arm of the ingress aid.
Maybe you can pull.
I got nothing to really react against here,
Okay, then let me try that.
but if you can get your hand on it.
Yeah, Duke, you can definitely pull on the ingress aid if that helps get some more leverage.
Okay.
Okay, we're pulling on the ingress aid.
Okay, Okay, it's moving. It's moving.
Okay.
Okay, we're halfway between S and R.
Okay, I'm gonna keep pulling. It's still in R.
It's already, yes, all the way to R.
All right. 2 more notches. Go back now. 1 more notch.
Great work, guys. And as long as you can get it to at least Sierra Sierra, we can give you some alternate settings.
That's
Really, Papa now.
yeah. I think maybe just one tiny bit more.
It's in Papa, right?
It's just a little high. Just a small amount more. But you can get it locked.
Copy. Great work,
You can try.
guys.
This shows Papa so on this side.
Yeah, then go for it.
All right, I'm gonna lock it. Okay, now I need a tool. You don't have the tool, right?
Oh, no, I think
Okay.
if I can get it.
Yeah, it's be here. Okay, I see that. Yeah, I can grab it. Okay. All right. Great idea, Duke. That was to hold on to the interstate was good. Okay, this set at Papa.
Papa.
This now is set in locked position and can be depressed.
Copy. Amazing. Great work, guys.
Nice work, Queasy. I'm going to roll it back over to Charlie.
All right.
And just to make sure you're still in Charlie on the roll as well.
I'm fixing that now.
Okay. If you release it, I can pull.
Okay. Oh, no, that rolled it. Oh, sorry, that got it. I need to roll, yeah.
Okay.
That's better. Come on, squeeze it.
Okay. I mean, I can.
Okay, I got it. That's,
You got it? Okay,
yeah,
good.
thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right.
Okay. We're Charlie.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Great work. And also
So
just
let's
to make
take a
sure
look
you
at our
didn't
safety to the complete scoring with.
bump the yaw, if you could check 12 on the yaw.
There's also that rep for the mounting bracket is underneath your right arm. I'm going to go release that right now, though, Queasy. I don't think you'll be tangled, but it's just underneath your right arm.
Okay.
You're good. You're clear.
Yeah, I think our so that's a good. And then yaw is in back.
Now it's back to 12, yeah.
12. Okay, good.
Perfect,
All right.
thanks,
See, now
guys.
we're in a good. Should be 30 now.
Copy and concur. Really good work, guys. Next steps for you will be to get the right mid struts from straps 12 and 13, and Duke will be ingressing the APFR.
Copy.
Copy.
And we'll take a glove check from both of you.
Okay, 81 gloves. Good.
Copy, Koichi.
Okay, easy, Duke. Once we're good.
Copy, Duke.
Okay, release the right strut. Right.
Copy, right mid is released. Once Duke has ingressed, you'll be passing that off to her and then getting the right lower strut from straps 7 and 8.
Copy. Copy that.
So a quick recap, it did take a little bit of work, but the duo did get the portable foot restraint to the angle it needs to be to install that next section, the right strut. So Koichi Wakata is going to get that and hand it off to Nicole Mann once she gets back into the foot restraint and at the right angle to access the bolts that she'll need to drive to install that right strut.
And guys, feel free to just stay together there by the APFR, make sure that we get in a good config. And a reminder also, we've got that RET attached to the upper triangle still.
Yeah, I can get to that right now.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, looks like left side is almost in. Yeah, left is in the loop. Right side is, the position is good. You can go a little bit forward. Yeah, almost a little bit to your right on the right foot. Oh, a little right. Okay. Let me go there. Okay, you can come in. A little bit to your left. Okay, a little bit to your left. Yeah, position is good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, and then heel down for could you slide your left? Okay, heel down and then slide. Now you can slide to your left. Push in further.
To the left, Koichi, which strut is the heel in?
Heel is half in. So you need to put your, toe a little bit forward. Toe a little bit forward, and then slide heel to your left. Heel down, heel down, heel down. Heel to your right a little bit. Heel to your right a little bit.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Let me get my right in the toe loop.
Okay. Heel. Okay. Heel to left foot. Heel to your right a little bit. That's good. And then now heel down on your left heel. Keep coming down. Okay, now slide to your left. Okay, you're in. Yeah, almost in. Slide more. Slide your left heel more to your left. I think you're in. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I actually still feel it. Okay, that's different than when I started.
Right.
So I'm going to leave the right out because I need it for my reach. So.
Okay, copy that. All right, then I will come back and hand you the instruct.
Okay, I have the mounting bracket red.
Okay. You want to release it?
Yeah, are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, there it is.
Okay. All right. It's released. Okay. And then let me go back to a different position for handoff.
Okay, I'm getting my ERT out.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay, I'm in a good position for handoff.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
All right. Let me local here. Okay, mid shut. Coming at you.
Okay.
And you want to have the pad side, right?
Yes, the pad side.
Yeah, here you go. Can you see it?
No.
All right, let me.
I'm going to write at the top of your head. Okay,
here you go. Can you see it?
Side.
Can you see it?
Okay, I have the controls.
Okay, you have the controls.
Please have my BRT red on the side pad. On the everyone here's the side pad.
Okay.
Where's it? I can read.
So I can release it? Oh,
Yeah,
if you
okay,
can release it, that'll be great, yeah.
Okay, red is released.
Okay. All right. And the next one is the lower shut.
Lower right, yeah.
Okay.
That's correct. and you'll be passing the Clevis end toward EV2, Koichi.
Okay. Okay, so Dina, that's from the strap 8 and 7, correct?
Affirm, strap 7 and 8.
Okay, copy.
And then, Duke, you'll want to ret to the handrail stanchion that's nearest the Clevis.
Copy.
Okay, Duke, Clevis side is I'm at you.
Okay.
Okay, that's on your right. Can you see it?
Okay, I see it. All controls?
Okay, you have the controls. Okay.
Please stand by.
Okay, so stand by here.
If you have a ret on the right lower right, you can release your ret.
Okay, that's a bag red. Is just a moment. Let me.
You need me to move it down?
No, it's good. Stay there. It's
Okay.
good. Okay, bag red is released. You have the controls?
All the controls.
Okay. Hey,
Great work, guys.
Tina, I'm going to translate to the. Okay.
Yeah, Koichi, that's right. You'll be translating to the right Saab spherical bearing on the mast canister right side and just report to us the spherical bearing alignment. Then you'll be grabbing the silver PGT from that WIFX handrail.
Copy. Copy that.
Duke, once Koichi gets down there, you'll be helping out with the lower strut alignment, and you'll work together to install.
Okay, bearing alignment looks good.
Copy, Koichi. You can grab the silver
That bearing
PGT.
alignment looks good. Copy.
For both of you, just a big picture update here. Right now, we're looking at probably between 45 minutes and an hour down on the timeline, just thanks to that sticky pitch on the APFR. So right now, we are thinking that the get-aheads, the S6 DDCU jumper, and 1 Bravo cable routing are going to be saved for a future EVA, but we're still in good shape. Just keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing great work.
that.
Copy.
Okay, I have the silver PGT, and then I'm ready to install the sub bearing.
All right.
M19.
I've got some PGT settings for you, Koichi. That's going to be Alpha 1, clockwise 1.
Okay, Alpha 1, clockwise 1.
So right now, Koichi Wakata and Nicole Mann working at the two ends of the lower strut. This attaches the top of the mounting bracket, which is part of that upper triangle that they built earlier, and the strut anchors it to the lower part of the mast canister, and this is on the right side. So Koichi Wakata, because he's not in the foot restraint, will have access to that bottom part, and he'll use his pistol grip tool to anchor it to the bottom part of the mast canister, while Nicole Mann, Duke, who is still in the portable foot restraint, has access to the top portion of this lower strut, which is being attached to the front end of that mounting bracket.
Okay, Koichi. Tracking Alpha 1, clockwise 1.
Okay.
Now, with Duke's help, you'll be aligning the lower struts, and we're just looking to start with 4 turns on M19.
Copy that. Let me put a BRQ down here, and then I'll work on the 4 turns.
Copy. That's great. And if you get any hand turns on that bolt, just let us know. And a reminder while you're down there to watch your fingers. There's a pinch point there between the lower strut pad to the BGA.
Okay, copy that. Okay, Duke, I'm ready to receive it.
Okay, I'm going to keep holding on this end. You just let me know what you need to get it lined up.
Okay. All right, that's good. Okay. Doesn't align well.
Help?
If you could, can you?
Quick handover here,
Okay,
guys.
can you move up to your right a little bit? To your right. That's good, and then.
We're in a short handover period right now, so we still have audio from the International Space Station. We can hear the crew, but we'll be getting video back shortly.
Keep coming down. To your right. Down. Excuse me. And stay there, stay there.
Okay.
Great. Feel free to hand start that, Koichi. We'll be back in a couple seconds.
Work. All right, let me see if I can hand start this one up here.
We're back with you after a handover, and any turns that you put on that M19 bolt, let us know.
Okay, that's 4 turns on the PGT.
Copy. 4 turns on M19. Great work. New PGT settings for you, Koichi. Bravo 7, clockwise 2. And Duke, now that M19 is started.
Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
Good read back. Duke, you can start M20.
Okay.
That's the right lower strut L6 to the mounting bracket. Check that the pip pin lanyard is free of the clevis, and I'll have PGT settings for you when you're ready.
Okay.
Bravo 7 set, then clockwise 2 set for M19.
Copy, Koichi. You'll be...
Can you tell me the count?
So stand by until Duke has her end started, but you will be going to torque on this one.
Copy.
We're expecting 10.5 to 11 turns once Duke's end is started.
Copy.
This end is clear. I've got 1 turn hand started.
Copy, 1 turn
Okay.
hand started.
I'm grabbing my PGT. Give me.
Your PGT settings, Duke, are Bravo 1, clockwise 2. And this will be about 1 extra turn on M20.
Wait, how many extra turns?
Just 1 extra. We're looking for about 2 total here.
Just 1, 2 total. Okay, sorry, I should have done that with my hand, but...
Yeah, that's my bad. I could have helped you out
And,
there.
Dina, do I have a go-to turn, M19, 10.5 to 11 turns?
Once Duke gets
But
1 more
Koichi,
turn
I gotta
on
get 1 more
M20.
turn here. I got a Bravo 1, clockwise 2 set.
Copy.
Here's a good shot of the 2 astronauts working on both ends of that lower right strut. So you see Nicole Mann is in the foot restraint. She's got access to the top part of the lower strut. That's towards the upper triangle. She's got a pistol grip tool to secure that to the top portion, and then Koichi Wakata at the bottom portion, securing the lower strut to the base of the mast canister.
Okay, Bravo 1, clockwise 2. I got 1 more turn.
Copy, 1 additional turn, 2 turns total on M20. With that, Koichi, you can drive M19 to torque, expecting 10.5 to 11 additional turns, looking for green light and torque readings.
Copy that. Teamwork. 10.5 to 11 turns on M19.
Good read back. And Duke, once you've got your PGT stowed, we can have you start on the 1 Alpha right IROSA cable routing.
Okay, Dina, on M19, I got a green light and torqued out 25.9 foot-pounds in 9 turns. And the block line flash, I see a little bit of a gap. It's almost there, but yeah, I would say the black line flash.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it on the HECA.
Koichi, we are expecting to finish this off with the torque wrench, but we copied green light 25.9 torque. And was that 10 turns?
That's a 9 turns.
Copy, 9 turns.
8.66 turns shown. Right. The visually was 9 turns.
Copy that. All right, with that, Koichi, you can grab the torque wrench from the right lower strut, and you'll socket swap to the 2-inch rigid from the PGT to the torque wrench with a good pull test.
Copy.
Duke, for you, you'll remove the short wire tie, securing the 1 Alpha right IROSA cables to the mounting bracket, and stow them in your trash bag if they were used. And then you'll release the long wire tie on the cables.
Copy.
Just 1 twist on the 1 Alpha right side wire tie.
So from this helmet camera view, we're looking from the vantage point of Duke, or NASA astronaut Nicole Mann. You can see Koichi Wakata working on the base of the lower strut, Nicole Mann working on the cables. Of course, the strut is really a support structure that allows the IROSA, the International Space Station Rollout Solar Array, to be installed, but it does need to provide power ultimately to the International Space Station, so these cables will be positioned accordingly so that when the IROSA is installed on the mounting bracket, that they'll be able to basically hook it up to the International Space Station, and the power that will be drawn from the new solar arrays can be sent to all of the appropriate downstream places on the International Space Station. So they're positioning those cables now, so when they later install the IROSAs, right now we're looking at this summer to get the IROSAs up to the space station and installed, that they'll be able to hook it up.
15 turns with this torque wrench until you break over 2 times.
14 to 15 turns, okay.
Okay, 3 twists complete.
Copy, Duke. That looks really good. You'll next be driving M20 to torque after Koichi finishes his M19 end.
Can I put the grounding set pin in?
Checking. And I apologize, Koichi. We actually need 14 to 15 total turns, so you only have about another turn and a half to go. Much better news.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that was a great release. Thank you.
Yeah, that was about to be tough times. And Duke, you can install that grounding pit pin into the mounting bracket.
Copy.
Okay, I felt 2 breakovers and visually confirmed 2 breakovers on M19.
Great work, Koichi. Next, we'll take a check that the black line is parallel to the cylinder and flush. There's no gap between the strut boss and bearing, and there's no movement with a wheel test.
Okay, black line flush and parallel to the cylinder. So there's no gap between the strut boss and the spherical bearing.
Copy. And Koichi, just to confirm, how many additional turns was that with the torque wrench?
It was less than half turn, around quarter turn.
Copy. Additional quarter turn.
I would say V-nights between quarter and a half turn.
Okay, copy, Koichi. We'll be checking that real quick. It's a little less than we were expecting. Okay, good news. We're good with that bolt, Koichi, and we'll take that one last wiggle test there.
Okay. Okay, wiggle test, no motion.
Perfect. With that, you can socket swap to the 2-inch rigid from your torque wrench back to the silver PGT with a good pull test, and you can relocate the torque wrench to the silver PGT. You'll keep that ret from the strut with the torque wrench.
It worked.
Duke, Once you have that pit pin installed, you can go back and drive M20 to torque. We're expecting 5 to 7 additional turns, looking for black line flush.
Copy, pit pins installed. 7 M20.
Copy.
We're now at 6 turns, green light, 11.9 on the torque.
Copy, 6 turns, 11.9 on the torque, green light, check black line flush.
For black line flush.
Copy, Duke.
Hey, good, that socket swap to the silver PGT complete.
Okay, copy. Koichi, check the lower strut MLI is covering the strut pad. Duke, you can stow your PGT.
Okay, lower strut cover is covering the 19 area
Copy.
on the pad.
Great work, Koichi. You can translate to the side pad location on the right side there.
Okay, before that I will attach the torque wrench to the silver PGT.
Good words.
Am I working any MLI right now or not until the mid-strut's done?
Once you stow your PGT, you can release the ret from the lower strut, and then with that grounding pit pin installed, you can install the MLI over the lower strut clevis. And after that, you'll be working on the right mid-strut. Koichi, you may also want to tend that PGT over to the other side so you can easily reach it once you get over there.
Okay, copy that. How's it going, Duke?
Good, I'm just getting this MLI tidied up here.
Okay, great. Okay. Torque wrench is attached to the silver PGT, and I'm going to translate to the other side.
Copy that. And Duke, for you, also just make sure that the ret has been released from the lower strut.
Ret is released from the lower strut.
Copy, thanks.
For those following along, the duo are now wrapping up after successfully driving the bolts to install the lower right strut. So they're just doing some cleanup work right now and just making sure the multi-layer insulation is covering the parts that they were working on. And they're going to now grab the next component for installation, which is the middle strut. Here's a graphic. You can see the lower strut on the right of this graphic. That's the one they just installed. The mid strut goes really to the middle of the mast canister. That's coming up next.
You'll be getting in place to install the side pad on that mast canister.
Okay. Copy that.
And Koichi, once you're in place, I can preemptively give you some PGT settings for those bolts.
Okay.
Okay, MLI is on M20, and I'm going to get the mid-strut.
Great work, Duke.
So then I can celebrate on this canister long handrail, right, to go up to the mid-strut area.
Affirm, Koichi.
Okay.
You know when you're ready for me to pass it.
Okay, Chef, I need to have some DRT here.
Yep, once Koichi's in a good position to receive, Duke, you will pass that mid-strut with the side pad toward Koichi.
Hey, thank you for waiting. And I am ready to receive it now.
Okay. Just be careful of your safety feathers.
Okay, I see you.
Okay.
It's just running on your right. And watching it.
Okay.
All right, keep coming. Okay, keep coming.
Nice work, guys. Koichi, as you receive it, just check that the arrow is pointing up, and you'll ultimately be engaging the left side first, and then pressing in on the right side.
Copy that. Arrow is up, and engaging left side first, and then right side is in.
Great job. When you're ready, I'll have PGT settings for you. And we're coming up on a quick handover in about 2 minutes. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, I'm ready to copy the PGT setting.
Koichi, Alpha 2, clockwise 2.
Okay, Alpha 2, clockwise 2.
And Duke, I will also have PGT settings for you once you're ready.
Okay, I think I'll start with the AM turn first.
Copy, no problem. Your next steps, once Koichi has... Yeah, exactly. You'll be waiting on him to start 2 turns on M9 through M12, but then you will go to torque on M24.
Okay, copy.
Okay, Alpha 2 is set, the clockwise 2 is set for at 19 to 12, 2 turns.
Those are good words, Koichi. You can go ahead and start.
Okay, starting in 9. Two turns on M9.
Copy, 2 on M9.
Complete.
This is the helmet camera view of Koichi Wakata. He's on the mast canister.
From the mini workstation. So let me reconfigure that. Can you see that?
Say again?
Duke, can you
Now another handover of some of the video we're receiving from orbit. As a refresher, we're currently installing the mid-strut on the right side for this mounting platform. Koichi Wakata was working on the mast canister side, so if you see the side pad on the right from this graphic, he's working on driving the bolts on that side.
With you after a quick handover.
Nicole Mann, callsign Duke, is still in the portable foot restraint. She's on the right side, so she'll be soon driving the bolts over there to attach the mid-strut to the mounting platform.
I need to go back to, I think, Duke to put it back. Oh, can you guide me to put it back in?
Yeah, I think so. I can try to talk you onto it if you want to take it off station. If not, we can work together to get it back on.
Okay, let's try that. Could you GCAD?
Yeah.
All right.
So is it loosen the ball stock all the way?
Ball stock is loose.
And then if you pull it in front of you so that you can get the correct original orientation. Is it if I put 2 turns on M24 or 1 turn just so it stays put?
Checking, Duke.
Okay.
So if you pull it in front of you and get it in the kind of the correct orientation, then I'll help you kind of fly it in.
I really don't see the interface. So.
Yeah, not the interface. Just hold it in front of you and have it lined up like in the correct orientation. Like way in front.
I simply do not see any interface.
Can you pull it in front of you? Or I guess maybe not because of the tether.
Right.
Okay. So it needs to rotate. The end that's towards you needs to rotate down 90 degrees. I think we might need to come together.
Is that in a good orientation now?
Hey guys, our recommendation, Koichi, if you have a decent reach to put 2 additional turns on the rest of those bolts, M10, 11, and 12, without your BRT, go ahead and do that, and then we can have Duke put 2 turns on her end and come help you with the BRT.
Okay, sounds good. I will just continue with the 2 turns, and after that we'll get to Duke's for the BIT. So I'm working on M10 for 2 turns. Turns on M10.
Copy, 2
Working
on
on
M10.
M11. Two turns on M11. Complete.
Copy, Koichi.
Working on M12. Two turns on M12 complete.
Okay, copy, Koichi. With that, Duke, you can go ahead and put a couple turns on your end. And actually, Duke, let's just have you go to torque as planned. So your PGT settings are going to be Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Okay, I have 1 turn by hand for the PGT.
With that, Zena, can I translate to Duke for BIT fix?
Stand by, Koichi. If you can, let's have you go to torque since this is an alpha setting on your PGT. So we're expecting an additional...
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, more than 3 additional turns on these, expecting 5 to 10 turns total on M9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay, copy that.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Copy, Duke. You'll be going about 6.5 to 9 turns on M24, looking for black line flash.
So once again, the two astronauts working in tandem.
And big picture,
Duke on the left side, you see her driving the bolts towards the bracket, and then
back together. So we want to just run the procedure, and then we'll have Koichi come to Duke in order to work together for his BRT.
Copy that.
Copy 7.5 turns, green light, 11.8 on the torque.
Copy 7.5 turns, 11.8 on the torque, green light, looking for black line flush.
Yes, black line flush.
Copy. Duke, you can stow your PGT and install the mid-strut pit pin into the grounding block on the mounting bracket.
Anthony, now let me know when I can torque M9 through 12.
Yeah, affirm your go to do that, Koichi, M9 through M12.
Okay. Okay, that's Alpha 2, clockwise 2. And did you say how many turns?
Good settings, and it'll be more than 3 additional turns. We're looking for 5 to 10 total, going to torque.
Copy that. Work.
Casina pit pin is installed.
Perfect. You can install the MLI over M13 and M14. Check that the mounting bracket upper surface is clear. After that, we'll take a glove, hat, and gauntlet check.
Okay, 4 turns complete. I got a green light, and the torque is 3.6.
Copy. 4 additional turns, green light, 3.6 on the torque for M9.
Working on M10.
Casina, I'm going to have to get that MLI when I do the mid-strut MLI. It's just outside of my reach here.
Copy, Duke. No problem. We'll take a glove, hat, and gauntlet check.
M10, 5 turns complete. 3.8 foot-pounds.
Copy. 5 turns, 3.8 foot-pounds, green light, and which bolt was that, Koichi?
Oh, it's M10.
Copy, M10. Thank you.
Okay. Working on the M11 now.
You're going to have the baseline gloves. Look good. Gauntlets are covered.
Copy, Duke. Thanks.
M11, 5.5 turns complete. 3.6 foot-pounds. I got a green light.
Copy, 5.5 additional, green light, 3.6 on M11.
Working on M12.
Duke, next steps for you will be to...
Additional 4 turns complete.
Copy, 4
Additional 4
turns.
turns complete on M12, 3.6 sit downs.
Copy.
I got a green light.
Copy, 4 turns, green light, 3.6 on M12. And for Duke, you can egress the APFR, and then we'll have you work to roll the APFR.
I think I need to get the ret off of the mid.
Checking, Duke.
Might be our 2 ret.
Yeah, Duke, if you can reach that, you can release the ret from that one, but we're assuming you're probably not going to be able to reach it, so that'll be a step for Koichi once he does his PGT, which, Koichi, you can do now.
Okay, say again, Zena.
Koichi, can stow your PGT, and next release the ret, Duke's ret, from the mid-strut.
Okay, copy that. PGT stowed. Okay, I'm going to release this on Duke.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here you go.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, it's released.
So with that completes driving the bolts on the mid-strut on the right side. Now the two will work to make sure the multi-layer insulation, that white cover, is secured. Duke has to go ahead to get out of the foot restraint and start working on re-angling it so they can work on the left side. They're going to do the same thing. So they're going to start with the lower strut that goes to the base of the mass canister and then complete the mid-strut. They'll just do the same thing really on the opposite side of the mass canister, but they're just wrapping up the work on the mid-strut as we speak.
With that, we'll take a glove hat and gauntlet check from you.
Okay, gloves look good, and happy baseline.
Copy, and I see your gauntlets are down. And Duke, big picture, when you're ready to egress that APFR, we'll have you roll to access the left side.
Okay, I'm egressed, and I'm going to adjust the roll now.
Perfect. This is going to be roll of hotel.
Zena, meanwhile, can I go back to the strut bag?
Affirm, Koichi, and take your BRT with you.
Okay, see that.
Koichi, as you come down, your safety tether, I think, might be tangled on my leg, so we need to take a look at that.
Okay, let me check that. When I come down, I will take a look.
Copy. Oh, no, it's just not free. You're good.
Looks like it's cleared. Nice work.
Right.
And hey, Duke, Duke, for your essay, we've got a really good camera view here. Those cables were snagging on the ingress aid, but it looks like it's clear now.
Okay, thank you. Oh, the cable's at bottom. Gotcha. Okay, and confirm I'm going to hotel.
Affirm, hotel.
Okay, hotel is set.
Copy. And I think now is a good time to work on the BRT.
Sounds good. So, let me local here.
Okay, can we see? That's a good position there.
Yeah, can you? Yep, is it good?
Yep. Ricky, can you put your hands, this hand out so I can hold on to it?
Like this?
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
And hey, guys, before you fully install that BRT, we've got the D-ring extender going through the loop of the BRT, so just make sure that that's clear. And
I think it'll be easy to clean once he releases the BRT from his
totally, that's a good plan.
mini workstation.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's great.
Okay. Okay, so I've got it lined up, but I still see a gap. It goes flush, right? See if I can lock it and give it a full test.
Okay.
It
I'll do
doesn't
that.
look flush, just to confirm what you said, Duke.
Yeah, but it's locked, and I'm giving it a good pull test. So
Okay.
you can see it in the hacker. Gotta make sure that's expected.
Yeah,
If the tab is up,
Copy.
and I'm pulling on it.
I didn't get a good view of the gap, but if you've got the tab up and a good pull test, I think that's likely a good config. Let me confirm.
Okay.
Yeah, ground is happy with that
Thanks,
config.
Duke.
Yeah.
And yeah, now might be a good time
Okay.
to just get the BRT on the correct side of the D-ring extender.
Okay, so you just released the jaws.
Okay, let me.
And it's a couple.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice work, guys.
The other side.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Duke. Appreciate it. Okay. So we can continue with the left
Exactly.
side.
That's right. So next steps will be getting the left mid-strut from straps 9 and 10. Koichi, you'll pass that left mid-strut to Duke.
Okay.
And guys, big picture, we've got a small win in that the MEDOX limiting reagent is continuing to look better and better, so we're looking at about a PET of 7 hours now as our limiting consumable. We're still about 45 minutes to an hour down on the timeline, so no changes there since the last update.
Copy that. So flight back to you.
This is I need the, yeah, this is the right one. Okay, let me get back over.
Periodically throughout the spacewalk, you'll hear reports of limiting consumables. Of course, the spacesuits have the portable life support, so it's all contained within the spacesuit, and they measure these limiting consumables. That MEDOX that's referred to as the carbon scrubbing capability. Every time the crew members exhale, there is a system that is currently pulling that carbon dioxide from the environment inside the suit. It's trending in a good direction, which means that if needed, the crew members can use a little extra time at the back end of this spacewalk, up to 7 hours total for the duration of the spacewalk, if needed.
So, lower strap, next.
A-firm, left lower from straps 5 and 6. And then, Duke, you can ingress the APFR once that's stowed on your BRT.
So can we see the strut is still right above your head here?
Okay.
Let me get it out of your way.
Okay.
Copy you both, and of course, feel free to use some teamwork for APFR ingress. Koichi, you can leave that partially stowed in the strut bag if that helps tend it while Duke gets in the APFR.
Okay, copy that. Are you ready to ingress?
Let's see, hold on, I'm just getting this on my BRT here. Okay, I'm on my BRT.
All right, good. Let me go to that. Yeah, when you're about to ingress, I'll go there. Oh, looks good. Let me go. All right, good. a little bit to your right. Position is good. Heel down, further heel down.
Is my toe still in, Queechy?
Toes are not. Toes are, the left side is up. Position is good. Further, you have to put the heel down further, and then position is good. Put the toes in forward, and then that's good. And the left side position is good. Left side. Oh, okay. Further. Keep going forward. Yeah, that's good. Position is good. Okay, left, right side position is good. Yeah, toe forward, toe forward. Okay, and now we can slide both heels. Heel down, left heel down, further down. Heel only. Now slide your left heel to your left. That's good, you're in.
We're getting a great view from the high-definition helmet camera of Koichi Wakata, who's guiding his spacewalking crewmate Nicole Mann, call sign Duke, through the ingress process of the APFR, the portable foot restraint. And so we're seeing up close how the heels actually ingress into the portable foot restraint for it to lock the astronaut into place so that they can access the work site.
Heel down, further heel down. Little more heel down. Okay, now you're in. Okay, so like, that's good, you're in.
Awesome, thank you, Queechy.
Awesome. Great.
Awesome teamwork, guys. Looking really good.
Okay, now I'm going to hand you the left strut. And go back to the strut there.
That's perfect. Koichi, you'll be
Maybe
passing
I
that
can do it
strut
from here.
to Duke with the clevis end toward her.
Copy.
And Duke, you'll tuck that ingress aid, and then you'll be reading to the handrail nearest the clevis.
Okay, Duke, it's coming from your right side.
I see it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, almost got it.
Okay.
Okay, I have the control.
Oh, you have the control. And it's still redded here, so.
Okay, stand by.
Okay.
There's that handoff. We're really just repeating the process that we saw on the other side.
See, I'm right into it. You can
On the right side, we're repeating the same process on the left. Lower strut first, and secure it with bolts to the mounting bracket that you see from the view of Duke's helmet camera, and then from Koichi's, he'll install the lower bracket on the base of the mass canister. So that'll be the first steps. Same thing we saw on the right side, we're doing on the left.
You can translate to the left sub spherical bearing.
Copy that.
And Koichi, you'll be going outboard and then across the IEA via the PVR GF handrails, and we recommend fair leading to keep your tether off of the BGA.
Understand the long translation there. Okay. Safety tether is still good.
Copy. Duke, I can give you PGT settings for when you are eventually driving the M22 Bolt.
Okay, go ahead.
That'll be Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2. Victor, for this one, once he starts it, I start mine, and then I have to wait for his torque before I torque, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So he'll start his.
Okay.
You'll do 2 turns, wait for him to torque, and then you can torque.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here. I'm gonna lead here.
Great work, Koichi. When you get there, we'll be looking for the left sub spherical bearing alignment.
Copy that.
And Duke, just to start thinking about it, in between those first 2 turns that you put on M22, and then while you're waiting for Koichi's bolt to be torqued, you can start the left side Arosa cable routing.
Okay.
Okay. That should. At first, I don't cross the safety tether with yours. That's okay, right?
Again?
At first, our safety tethers do not cross. That should be okay, right?
Yeah, they don't cross. Those are on the back side of the A-frame, so...
And then, Tina, as far as the fair leading, I'm going back. I mean, I went around the grapple fixture side, so it's still clear from BGA and from...
yeah, I don't think it'll touch the BGA.
Right, okay, so I'm going to continue to translate.
Copy. As long as it's off the BGA, we're happy.
Okay, great. Okay, I have to go down.
duo continuing to work on that lower left strut. You can see Duke in place, ingressed into the foot restraint, ready to go as soon as Koichi Wakata gets into place. We're now entering a handover, so we're losing communications temporarily, and we will regain it soon. We're also entering into an orbital nighttime, so you saw sort of the lighting change just a bit. Depending on the length of this handover, we might come back into an orbital nighttime, in which case we'll have the external lights on the outside of the space station illuminating their work site, and then of course the helmet cameras on the helmets on the spacesuits themselves have lighting that allow the duo to continue their work installing these struts. There are no lighting or thermal constraints when it comes to the installation process. Sometimes astronauts have to pause during various lighting and thermal conditions, depending on the work that they're doing, but we'll see Duke and Koichi together continuing the process nonstop through their installing this mod kit.
You get the lower strut.
Okay, copy that, Koichi. Just to confirm, the Saab spherical bearing had a good alignment.
Spherical bearing has good alignment.
Perfect. And for that M21 end, you can hand start that, or I can give you PGT settings with the silver PGT from the WIFX handrail.
Okay, could you give me the PGT settings?
You bet. That'll be Alpha 1, clockwise 1, and looking for approximately 4 turns.
Oh. Okay, Alpha 1, clockwise 1, 4 turns.
Good readback.
Ready for it?
Just a moment, let me position myself and spot. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, keep coming down. Stay there. Can you bring it closer to the
Okay, yeah, give me 1 second, sir.
Okay.
Good. Okay, you got it?
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, keep coming.
You know if they need a different alignment.
It's good. It's a good alignment, so. Could you come to your left a little bit?
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and so I'm going to start. Okay, 4 turns complete.
Okay, I'm going to get a couple turns here.
Okay.
Copy, 4 turns complete, and that's right, Duke. You can start
Okay,
M22.
M21, 4 turns complete.
Copy that, Koichi. And Duke, before you start M22, just make sure the pit pin lanyard is free of the clevis. Then you can hand start or PGT. You're just starting with 2 turns.
All right. Get my right part out for reach here.
Okay. Engine, I'm ready for the setting after Duke starts.
This is clear. I'm working on getting the bolt started.
Okay.
Copy both of you. Koichi, it'll be Bravo 7, clockwise 2, but as you know, we are waiting for M21 to be driven 2 turns before you can start.
Copy that. Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
Did I have Bravo 1, clockwise 2 set?
Copy, Bravo 1, clockwise 2 set, and 2 turns on M22. So with that, Koichi, you can drive M21 to torque. This will be an additional 10.5 to 11
I have not done
turns.
any turns. I have not done the turns yet.
Copy, Duke. Thank you.
Okay.
Stand by, Koichi.
Stand by, Koichi.
Okay, 75. Copy.
So Duke, Nicole Mann is at the...
2 turns on M22.
Copy, 2 turns, and just to make sure, do you have the pit pin clear of the clevis?
From pit pin was clear.
Copy. Okay, now Koichi, you can go. This is 10.5 to 11 turns going to torque on M21.
So recap, the 2 astronauts are on the 2 ends of the lower strut. Nicole Mann towards the mounting bracket. She's got the pistol grip tool so she can secure it to the mounting bracket. And again, Koichi Wakata is at the base of the mass canister at the other end of that strut, also with his own pistol grip tool. So they're just bolting both sides of the strut to make sure it's secured in place. It's going to go with the lower strut on the left, and then they'll work together on the mid strut next.
Lower strut with 3 twists.
Copy.
Okay, I got 5 turns and then got a green light, but this is far away from the block line flush.
Okay, copy, 5 turns. We are expecting to use the torque wrench for this. So you'll be swapping the 2-inch rigid from the silver PGT to the torque wrench with a good pull test, and then we'll continue driving M21.
Okay. But, it's, it's not on the right side. When I talked out on the torque PGT, it was pretty close to the block line flush. But now I see in order to get the block line flush, it's probably about think we'll get there.
Yeah, copy. Stand by. Yeah, Koichi, we will have you switch to the torque wrench. It will get there all the way with the torque wrench. I know that's going to take more turns. If you want to stand by just a moment, let me ask and see if we can make another plan.
Okay, copy that. Okay, copy that.
All right, Koichi, we will have you switch to the torque wrench. So we're expecting more turns than you had to do on the other side.
Okay.
But this will get us to the correct torque and correct alignment with that bearing.
Copy that.
So switch the 2-inch rigid to the torque wrench with a good pull test.
Okay, copy that. Okay. Copy that. Teamwork.
I've got the left cable to the left strut with 3 twists.
Really nice work, Duke. That's great. And now, once we've got M21 to torque with the torque wrench, you'll be back at M22, so stand by for M21. Duke, you can also go ahead and install that grounding pit pin into the grounding block on the mounting bracket.
Grounding pit pin's installed.
Copy.
Okay, socket swap to the torque wrench. Good pull test.
Copy, good pull test. Next, you'll drive M21 to torque with that torque wrench, going to full torque so that the torque wrench breaks over twice. It's 14 to 15 turns total, so we're expecting 9 or 10 additional turns with the torque wrench.
Copy that. Okay, copy that. Didn't work.
Godspeed. I know that's a lot of turns.
I need it.
As a quick overview of installing these struts, with the astronauts at both ends of the strut, they alternate driving the bolts. So it was Koichi Wakata who started with his pistol grip tool. Once he was done, it went back to Nicole Mann. Now it's back to Koichi Wakata, and then Nicole Mann will do it again. There's only one bolt, but they just address that same bolt 2 times while alternating. Part of the procedure is to avoid anything like stripping or anything like that. So right now you see Koichi Wakata using that torque wrench, and that's really just to make sure it's super secure. He's also going to do a pull test, just a quick tug, just to make sure there's no wiggle and it's truly installed. And so they'll continue to alternate. Nicole Mann has one more time has to address that bolt on the top side next to the mounting bracket, and then they'll wrap up with the multi-layer insulation, making sure it looks good before getting to the left mid strut, and that'll be the last component of the of installing the mounting bracket before they go around and secure the MLI and address any last-minute items, but that's the last component needed for installation.
TCD is 3.
About 4 turns now. You're almost there. And Zena, you got twice break over.
Guichi, you're coming in a little broken there. Will you say again the turns?
And twice break over, I south twice, and then the visual twice. And then black line flash, and I'm looking at us.
Okay, copy black line flush, and the torque wrench broke over twice. We'll look for no gap between the strut boss and bearing, and a good wiggle test. And I was unable to copy the total number of additional turns that you added.
Five turns with the torque wrench, and I don't know if you extra camera view, I see gap between the strut boss and the spherical bearing.
Okay, Koichi, we hear you see a gap between the boss and bearing, and copied 5 turns. Okay, Koichi, stand by 1 while we talk about that.
Copy.
Right now, both of the astronauts just pausing, taking a moment to relax as they wait for ground teams to assess their work with the bolts on this particular lower strut, determining if it was appropriate for and if the mounting bracket itself and the mounting platform really is in a good configuration before they proceed on to the next steps.
Okay, Koichi, we've talked it over. I know you will love this. You get to use the torque wrench even more. What we're going to have you do is continue going until the torque wrench breaks over and then keep going. So this will add extra torque. See if you can get that bolt to move any further and just keep us posted.
Okay. So it will break over at 60 pounds, and then can I keep torquing?
A-firm, yep, it's going to break over, and as it breaks over, just keep applying torque.
Copy that.
Koichi, ideally we're looking for one additional turn. Let us know if it starts to move at all.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Duke, we're checking to see if you can start M22 in this configuration, but stand by for now.
Copy.
Duke, you will be able to start this M22, driving M22 to